morning, children. Welcome again. Children, we'll continue the chapter Sense Organs today also. We were doing the eye and then we have done the structure of eye. So, today we'll do how we see through our eyes. And the major steps which involve in seeing an object, they are as follows. So, number one, entry of light rays. So, first, light rays from the object, they enter into the eyes through the transparent structures like conjunctiva, cornea, aqueous humor, lens, vitreous humor. The next step is focusing of image. The curvature of the cornea, it converges the light rays and the lens converges them further to form an image on the retina. So whatever image is formed on the retina, it is inverted and real. Now third steps involve the transmission of nerve impulses from retina to brain. So the light energy of the image, they produce the chemical changes in the sensitive cells like the rods and the cones, and these changes, they generate nerve impulses which travel through the optic nerve to the brain of the cerebellum, and they give the sensation of sight. Now fourth step is the interpretation of the brain. So our brain, it interprets the image in many ways, like it sees the object upright even if the image formed in the retina is inverted. So viewing object in sharp focus or accommodation. Now to see an object clearly, an image is formed in sharp focus in each eye, and the process of focusing of the eye to see object at different distances, it is called as accommodation. It is due to the change in the curvature of the elastic lens which makes it thinner or fatter. So for distant vision, the lens is more flattened or thinner. For nearer vision, the lens becomes more convex or round. Let's see the accommodation of the eye. Now this is for the distance objects, children. Now see here, these are the light rays which are coming from distant object, and the image, it is forming on the retina part. Now the change in the lens becomes thin, and the suspensory ligaments, they get tight, and ciliary bodies, they get relaxed. So this is the accommodation of the eye when the light is coming from the distant object. And next is accommodation of the eye for the near object. So this is light which comes from the nearer object, and the image is forming at the retina. The lens, it gets thicker, and tension in the suspensory ligament, they get relaxed, and ciliary bodies, the muscles, they get contract. So in the normal conditions, the ciliary muscles, they get relaxed, the lens, they remains stretched by the suspensory ligaments, and it is less convex, suited for viewing distant object. But when we look object from the nearby distance, the ciliary muscles, they contract and they tend to pull the ciliary body slightly forward. This releases the tension on the suspensory ligament, making it loose, and the lens, on account of its elasticity, it becomes thicker and more rounded, or the convex figure. Now there is a light and dark adaptation also, children. So when we pass from a bright area to a darker area, we experience difficulty in seeing the object for a short while. Why? And we also see that slowly our vision will improve. This is known as dark adaptation. The reason behind it, children, the visual purple or rhodopsin, which was earlier broken into bright light, they get regenerate, and the dilution of the pupil permits more light to enter the eyes. But when a person enters the dark adapted area, moves to a bright light, the cinema hall, like after the noon show, then he experienced dazzling effect for a short period. So after a few seconds, he again comes back to the normal vision. This is known as light adaptation, and it is because the visual purple of the rods it gets bleached, reduces sensitivity, and the people constrict to reduce the amount of light entering the eyes. Now, color vision, it is also possible only when portions of the retina which are stimulated only in bright light. We cannot make out the red, violet, or purple flowers in a garden on a moonlit night because then only the rods functions and the cones does not functions. Now come to the common defects of the eye. Near the short-sightedness or myopia, it is a condition in which the near objects can be seen clearly while the distant objects they appear blurred. The reasons for myopia is the eyeball is lengthened from the front to back, or the lens is too curved, or even sometimes both regions may occur. So here the image is formed on the retina in myopia, and next is the image which is formed in hypermetropia. See here. Now how do we correct this myopia? Now this defect can be corrected by using the concave lens which cause light rays to diverge before they strike the lens of the eye. Now next is for a long-sightedness or hypermetropia. It is a condition in which there is a difficulty in seeing the nearer object as compared to the distant object, because the image or objects they fall behind the retina. The reasons are it results on the account of shortening of the eyeball from front, or the lens is too flat. Now how do we correct the hypermetropia or hyperopia? A convex lens is required to correct it. Now power of the glasses used is mentioned in plus, and in myopia it is in minus. Now astigmatism, it is a defect in which some parts of the object they are seen in focus while others are blurred. This is due to the uneven curvature of the cornea, and this is corrected by a cylindrical lens. Presbyopia, it is a condition which affects the older people and they cannot see the nearer objects clearly. Now their lens, they loses the flexibility, resulting in a kind of farsightedness. This again is corrected by a convex lens. Now let's move on to ear. Now children, ear, organ for hearing and balance, will do in our next class. Till then, thank you and have a nice day.